Hey guys, my name is Lolly, and today I want to talk to you about each of these green stalks that I'm standing in front of, what their story is, any kind of lessons learned, and just what's going on. And then I want to talk about the Black Friday sale that's coming up with GreenStalk. Now, at first glance, you may wonder what in the world is so special about these green stalks. They're looking pretty raggedy, but y'all, I'm going to tell you what's so special about each one. Let's start with this one. Now, I did a video on this very green stalk about growing an herbal tea garden because my dad had bought me a pack of organic seeds and I was going to use it to make tea this fall. And I have used it, but not near as much as I wanted to. We've had some freezes and some really cold snaps that have been really hard on this green stalk. But what I want to show you is how everything is still surviving. So let's get a close-up. Now, what's funny about this green stalk is the ones that I wanted to grow the most have grown the least. Let's look at this. Now, lemon balm is something I wanted the most of. So I did two tierfuls. I did this top one. And as you can see, there are brown spots on the leaves. We've got a little one coming in there. Even after the freeze, it's still trying to grow. And there's a few here without spots, but you guys, this thing has been spotted since day one. So some of the leaves are okay, and some of them have a lot of spots. Now on this second tier, I've got chamomile growing, and here's a new seedling starting to come up, even after the freeze. And here's some. But you guys, the problem with this is that I cannot have chamomile tea without the flowers. So too late into the season to actually enjoy it. But I'm gonna keep it covered and then we'll see if it blooms in the spring. So even though we've been down in the 20s, it has still survived. All right, on the third tier, I've got rosemary. And you can see that is looking really nice. Nice and healthy, even after several nights of below freezing. Let me come around here. Looks like that seed got washed to the back early on. And y'all, there was a really hard rain after I planted these, and some of the seeds got displaced. I wasn't sure anything was gonna grow. I thought all of it had gotten washed into the center. Here's some more coming up. There's one, it's looking good. And these are looking really healthy. Okay, so this fourth tier is supposed to be lemon balm. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little confused because it came out of the same packet as this one. And the leaves don't even look the same. Some of them look a little pointy and healthy. Obviously, it's more healthy than the one on top, but most of the leaves look a little bit different than these. What do y'all think about that? I don't know enough about lemon balm. I don't know if these are two different kinds that maybe were in the same packet, because I know there's different types of lemon balm, but you can see it's growing very well even after the freeze. Now, what's funny is the one that I like the least is the mint. So I grew it really just because I know it has health benefits and I can drink it in tea. I'm not really a mint person, but if y'all have ever grown mint, you know it does really well, even in the winter. I have some out in the back of the house that has just grown and come back every single year without me doing a thing. You can see how beautiful this is. So I just wanted to show you how something grew of each of the seeds that I planted, but obviously the mint is the most. And again, y'all tell me what you think about this one. Is that the same lemon balm as this? Okay, let's move on to the party green stalk. And y'all, I called this a party in the green stalk because I planted all of my favorite greens in here and was so excited to eat from this all fall and winter, but it has had some serious challenges. Now, one of them has been that it has not been on the GreenStalk patio. So it has had no protection from the critters. And if y'all watched my last video, you saw how some of my chickens like to jump up and actually eat from the bottom tiers on this GreenStalk. Now I've actually seen pigeon up here, perched here, picking at some of the leaves up here, but the bigger chickens that stay on the ground actually will jump up and down. Let me show you a really quick clip of that. So you can see how much damage they can do to the bottom tiers. And y'all, this actually is a story of triumph. Y'all may think this thing looks a little bit scraggly, but what I see is beautiful. This is a triumphant party GreenStalk. So one of the other things that happened, if y'all have watched my channel, you know I've got some health problems. Well, I got sick and I didn't get this covered with my frost cover that I am so adamant about using, and it went down into the 20s, y'all. This thing was left out all alone, fending for itself because I was not able to get the frost cover on. Y'all, when I was well enough to get up and walk around and come check on things outside, I was devastated to see that I had forgotten it, and I felt horrible. But then I got sick again, and this was when we were still having the fluctuating temps of where it would be below freezing at night, and then during the day it would get really hot and sunny, like 75 or 80. And so I had put the cover on, and then I was sick and forgot to take it off, y'all. So it went through that cold weather, and then it was stuck in the sun underneath the frost cover, and it got too hot. So I kind of left it in the state that it's in so that you guys could see what happens. Number one, when you don't cover it when it freezes. Number two, when it gets too hot under the frost cover. And number three, what happens when your chickens are pecking at it. So let's take a closer look. All right. So you can see on the bottom tier, there's absolutely nothing. Now on the next tier, you can see we've got some seedlings that are trying to pop up again. And every time something like this happens, inevitably a chicken comes by and will peck at some of them. Looks like something is messing with that one right there. We've got some more beautiful seedlings coming up here. This one's been nibbled on as well. Obviously not by my chickens because they would actually eat that whole thing. So maybe there's hope for these. Now on the third tier, these were growing pretty well. And when my chickens discovered them, they started hopping up to eat the leaves. So what happens is they hop up and they pull a piece of the leaf off and they eat it, which makes it impossible for me to get any. You can see how they've just broken a lot of these leaves. And you can see here, it looks like the leaves have just been completely taken off. They're not even just broken, they're gone. Now I've got footage of Big Red eating on this one. She was jumping up and actually eating that the other day in the video. So they are definitely using this as a snack. Now I've actually seen some jump as high as this fourth tier, and you can tell because they pull on them and some of them don't quite break off, but they break the leaf. It's hard for them to jump back up to the exact same spot. But you can see here, they pulled half this leaf off. And I catch them doing it throughout the day. This is just one of the things about it not being on the patio. Look at that one. But I've got way too many on the patio right now. I've got to get some of those cleaned off so that I have more room. And they've been doing the same thing to these collards, really tearing these up. But my point with this is that the greens are still growing, even though it's been below freezing. And even though I tried to suffocate them by accident with the frost cover in really high heat. Now on the top tier is my Landis Winter. And it is looking pretty rough. But there are still lots of beautiful leaves coming in. It's not dead by any means. And in my other videos, I did mention that this is one that Baker Creek says is one of their most frost hardy. And so considering that it was down in the 20s and not covered, I think that speaks volumes. My chicken coops had ice all over them on the top. So I think it's doing really well. Oh, you guys know I love this one. This is that Chi Jimmy Sai. It's a brassica. It's the one that people always think is spinach when I show it. Look how beautiful it looks. Now, granted, it's gotten eaten on too. Okay, there's some missing on here and broken. but it's not dead at all. It is still full of life and it looks beautiful. So that's why I'm showing you guys this. This GreenStalk has really been putting out some greens the best that it can, considering that my chickens are eating everything on the bottom and considering the freezing temps that we've had. So this one will definitely continue to put out food for me throughout the winter. So I'm going to get it all cleaned up, get all the dead leaves out, feed those to the chickens, and that's just going to make room for more. So super excited about that. Y'all, the sun is getting so bright I can't even see. Let's move on to number 3. All right, so here's number 3, and y'all may be like, what? Who cares about number 3? Well, I do, and y'all know why? Because this is the garlic GreenStalk. I actually did 2 videos on this. I did one of me planting it like well over a year ago, I think. And then I did one of me harvesting the garlic. But everything was premature, so I didn't think the garlic was going to be a very good harvest, and they were really small. But someone told me, don't pull it yet, just let it go, and so I did. Now this one I have not covered at all, and there's just a tiny bit of the straw left that I put in there before, and I'll just kind of see what it does. But I just wanted to give y'all an update because I never actually went back and showed you the garlic that came out a few months later when I gave some to my daughter. But I decided not to clean it out and just to completely let it go and see what it does. And it's definitely got some things growing in it now, and I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait all through winter until the next season and see what happens. So all of these are still working through the fall and winter, even though they may look a little less than right now. Okay, so let's talk about this Black Friday sale that GreenStalk is going to be having. The dates are November 20th through the 27th. So mark your calendars. I'm giving you a heads up right now. And it's going to be a store-wide sale. But you guys, there are some hot ticket items that I just want to mention. I don't know if you guys have heard of the Inventors bundle, but this is a great way to get started. So if you've been thinking about wanting to try it out, you've watched some videos, you know people who have one or whatnot, this is a great way to get started because it's going to have 6 tiers total, and 3 of those are going to be the leaf, which are the smaller tiers, and 3 of those are going to be the original tiers, which are deeper. So the smaller tiers, you're going to grow things that don't have such deep roots, like leafy green vegetables and things like that. And then you're going to save the deeper tiers for your squash, eggplant, indeterminate tomatoes, things like that, so you can get started by having 3 of each. It's also going to come with a support. That's what this is right here. This is great because your plants can actually lean on this for support without breaking. And when it's time to use your frost covers for those cold days and nights, when you put it on, this support will actually keep the frost cover from sitting directly on your plants, which is really helpful. Now it's also going to come with a mover or spinner base. And so if you want, you can actually spin it like this when it's time to turn it, so that you're making sure that you're getting sun to all the different sides of your GreenStalk. You just won't be able to roll it. So it comes with a base, but not with the wheels. Now, if you guys have been wanting the spinner base with the wheels, the good news is that is going to be on sale as well. So don't forget to check that out. And you guys, don't forget that these make great gifts for your friends and family. So if you know someone that's been wanting to try a GreenStalk, this makes the perfect holiday gift so that they're ready when springtime comes around. The other thing I wanted to mention is that the 5-tier original is going to be on sale for $99.97, you guys. That's the 5-tier original, which is a great deal. So those are the deeper pockets. Now, let me just show you what I'm talking about as far as the difference between the original and then the Inventors bundle. Hey, before I forget, I just wanted to make sure that y'all knew to use my code, all caps, LOLLY10, and stack that on top of the discount for an extra $10 off. And there's going to be free shipping to the lower 48 with a purchase of $150 or more, a free keychain with a purchase of $75 as well. So just wanted to give you those tidbits. Okay, so if you guys are new to GreenStalk or maybe you've just forgotten, I just wanted you to have a visual to work with. So that terracotta color is the original tier and the green ones are the leaf tier. You can see they're more shallow. Now this is just a combo that I created myself. And when you get the Inventors bundle, you're gonna have 3 of each. You can mix it up or you can put all the leaf tiers on top, however you wanna do it. And then the terracotta is the original size, and right now the 5-tier originals are on sale. Now of course you get to choose your color, but if you get the original, you can grow leafy greens in those larger tiers. You just can't grow eggplant or something like that in the leaf tier. But you're good to go if you have an original. So it just depends on what you want to do. All right, so I wish you happy green stalking, guys. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today on this beautiful fall day and letting me just kind of pay tribute to my beautiful green stalks that are still working so hard, even through the cold weather. I hope you guys check out that sale and that you guys are all green stalked up and ready for spring, because you guys, it is going to be here before you know it. I'll see you real soon in the next video. And until then, y'all have a great couple of days. Bye-bye.